Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Volunteer State Community College. We're on the campus for today's doubleheader TCCAA action between the Lady Pioneers of Volunteer State and the Lady Salukis of Southwest Tennessee. Late arriving crowd, most folks still at church or getting that lunch after church services. The Lady Pioneers take the field wearing their red pinstripe jerseys, tops and bottoms. The Lady Salukis wearing red pants in their Columbia blue, sky blue tops and socks. So a lot of red out here today at the Nichols Softball Complex. Caitlin Davis in the circle getting her warm-up tosses. Let's get the Toyota Gallatin starting lineups. Batting lineup for Southwest Tennessee come in with a 19-31 record overall. They're in 10th place in the conference with a 5-19 record. Natalie Faulkner will lead off. She's going to play second base. Jordan Wilson's going to bat second and play short. Addison Pfeiffer is behind the plate. She'll hit third. Batting cleanup, Juliana Simmons playing first base. Brianna Halsey is in center field, batting fifth. Bella Crook at third, hitting sixth. The DP batting seventh is Farrah Gomez. Batting eighth, Emma Fair. She's going to play right field. Stephanie Johnson in left, batting ninth. And in the circle for Southwest Tennessee, Carly Riddick. And getting started right about on time with the right-handed hitting second baseman, Natalie Faulkner, at the plate. And the first pitch is fouled off the screen as we are underway. Just 1 minute before the actual start time on the schedule of 1 p.m. Central. Game time temperature, 63 degrees. Just a ground ball to the left side. Dixon had a little trouble with it, and Faulkner will reach. Not the official score, but on my score sheet, that will show as an E6. Dixon has moved over to play shortstop. Griswold's over at second, playing in her first game in a little over a week, I believe. Now one on, nobody out. Pitch to Wilson is high. Jordan Wilson, a sophomore from Munford, Tennessee, down in West Tennessee. She fouls that one off over the third base dugout. Caitlin Davis on for her 25th appearance of the year. It's squaring around a bunt, taking ball two. She has a 12-14 or 12-4 record. That 12 wins is the most among any pitcher. Bunted right out in front of the plate. Davis not going to have a play. That's going to be a bunt single for Jordan Wilson, and the first two have reached for Southwest Tennessee. Perfectly placed bunt by Wilson. So an error and a bunt single have Southwest Tennessee cooking with something early here in the ball game. 7-inning contest. These two teams played just 11 days ago down in Millington. VolState got a 5-4 victory and an 8-0 win as Addison Pfeiffer, the catcher, looks at a pitch right down Broadway for the called strike. Pfeiffer, one of the top hitters in the conference. She is third at a .440 batting average. Tied for fourth with her teammate Brianna Halsey in hits with 70. That's in the conference. 16 doubles, that leads the conference. 7 home runs, 45 RBIs, that leads her club in those categories. Fouls that one off the screen. And Davis now ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pfeiffer, a 5'6" sophomore from Spring Hill High School, Columbia, Tennessee, where her home was listed on the roster. Appreciate Southwest Tennessee putting a complete roster out. On the outside corner, And home plate umpire Woody Redfern rings up Addison Pfeiffer. The first strikeout of the ball game for Davis, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Juliana Simmons, the first baseman. I'm going Juliana, could be Juliana. She grounds one off the glove of Grizzle, gets out to Abby Merle, who couldn't get a handle on it, but Natalie Faulkner was going to come around to score anyway. And that is the first run of the ball game. RBI single by Simmons. That's an unearned run. Wilson ends up third with still only 1 out, 2 hits in the inning. Brianna Halsey, the center fielder, stands to the plate. Halsey hitting .414. That's 5th in the conference. She and Addison Pfeiffer and Jordan Wilson and Stephanie Johnson have played in all now 51 games that Southwest Tennessee has strapped it up for. Called strike. Halsey from right there in the Memphis area, Millington, Tennessee. 5'4" freshman. As I said, 70 hits. Tied with Pfeiffer. There's a called strike on the inside corner. Must have winked at it on its way by. 6 triples leads the club. She has 43 RBIs, which is second to Pfeiffer for the club lead. 1-2, fouled on a soft line drive to Maddie Goat at first base. Catches it in foul territory. Simmons off on the swing, but ends up getting back in time before being doubled up. And that brings up third baseman Bella Cook. Let's go with Crook. There's an R in there. Guess I'm hungry. Crook looks at a called strike. Bella from Covington, Tennessee. She's also a freshman. Heavy freshman squad here. Throw down to first. Base umpire Tim Coffey says Simmons got her hand back. Nearly caught her leaning. KJ Irwin not afraid to throw down to any base. The 2-1 pitch in there for a called strike right at the knees. Bubba Cummings, assistant coach down at third base, coach's box. David Wade down at first base. Just inside, and we'll have our first Full Count Ministries full count. Of course, still using Full Count Ministries cameras here for the softball broadcast. 3-2, misses down low, and the bases are loaded. First walk of the game by Caitlin Davis is going to face her 7th batter. Farrah Gomez, the designated player, stands in. Gomez comes in hitting .236. Backed off the plate, but it winks at the inside corner on its way by. She's a 5'8" freshman from Collierville, Tennessee, down in West Tennessee as well. Of course, Southwest Tennessee, located in Memphis, they play in Millington. Davis ahead in the count now, 0-2. 1-0, Southwest leads, an unearned run. As Faulkner reached on the air. The 0-2 is downstairs. Jordan Wilson at third. Juliana Simmons at second. Bella Crook at first. 2 outs. Off the fist and off the glove of Goad. One run's going to score. Here comes the second. That's going to be a seeing eye 2-run single for Farrah Gomez. And Southwest leads 3-0. just off of the glove of Goad, and that was just enough of a misdirection to get it by Grizzle, who could not get a handle on it. So another infield single. Southwest has had one ball leave the infield, and they've scored 3 runs as Emma Fair steps to the plate. She's taking all the way there. It's called strike at the knees. 3 hits in the inning. One was a bunt single. The other 2 touched gloves on the way by. Swing and a miss as Davis stepped on a fastball there. All these runs are unearned, but they still count on the scoreboard. Swing and a miss, and down goes Fair on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but Southwest Tennessee scores 3 on 3 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left aboard. Just getting started here. VolState will come in and take their turn with the bats. Thanks for joining us right here on the VolState Sports Network. Bottom of the first we go. Alyssa Dixon, Mally Grizzle, Maddie Goad to face Carly Riddick in the circle for the Lady Salukis. Dixon, 5'4" freshman from Hazard, Kentucky. She grounds one right back to the pitcher. And Riddick, 1 pitch, 1 out. And that will bring Mally Grizzle to the plate. And the press box has now become something more than just a regular old press box. It's the presidential press box. First pitch to Grizzle in there for a called strike. Super fans have arrived. The Tostason group. Pitch in the dirt. Dr. Wendy Tossenson, she's the 2nd-year president here at Volunteer State. Kyle Tossenson is the spouse, the husband, the former JUCO baseball player. Is a super fan. He's her driver. Pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike to Grizzle. As I said, Mally has not played maybe in a couple weeks now. Have to look back and see when her last appearance was. That changeup just misses up. Wind blowing from center field over to right field at a pretty good clip. Grizzle's going to take a walk. First base runner for the Lady Pioneers. And that brings Maddie Goad to the plate. She's also a freshman. 3 straight freshmen for VolState. To be followed by a 4th. Maddie Shinton on deck. Ground ball just short. This could be 2. Well, Not going to be two on a delay like that. The shortstop, Jordan Wilson, was betwixt and between there. She wasn't sure if she was going to take it herself or flip to Faulkner. But Goad grounds into the fielder's choice. And now 2 out. Bring up Maddie Shinton. Shinton hitting .450. Playing in her 55th game of the year. It's every one of them for VolState. Grizzle hasn't played in the month of April until today. Ground ball to third. One third baseman to another. Crook throws across the diamond to retire Shinton. And VolState goes down pretty meekly in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner was left on base. Carly Riddick in the circle for Southwest. Gets through inning number 1. VolState trails 3-0. We'll be back with the top of the second after this break. Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. 9-1-2 due up for Southwest Tennessee. First pitch swinging. Stephanie Johnson fouls out to Maddie Goad. She's collected 2 foul outs already. 1 pitch, 1 out. The broadcaster's manual says that is a requirement that gets mentioned. Page 72 of the broadcaster's manual. Natalie Faulkner swings and misses at the first pitch she sees here in the second. And heads up down there. She about nearly got one on the dome. She had a ground ball in the hole at short. Alyssa Dixon got in front of it. If she'd have collected it, would have had a fairly easy throw. But bobbled it, and Faulkner reached base. Ended up scoring the first run of the game. Driven in by an infield, partially infield single by Simmons. There's ground ball foul. Oh, third base coach booted it. Bubba Cummings. Probably going to be reflected in your performance evaluation, Bubba. He's probably a volunteer. Can't do anything about that. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Davis. She's 2 away from the century mark on the season. Courtney Denrider, she's already surpassed that mark. First 2 retired here in the top of the second. Jordan Wilson had a bunt single right out in front of the plate. Not scoring around here. Takes a pitch that misses somewhere. Count goes 1-1. Lifts one out to left field. Caitlin Dillard patrols out there. She's got it for out number 3 in 1-2-3 inning for Caitlin Davis. A nice job by her and her defense to erase that bad taste in their mouth after the top of the first. And we will go to the bottom of the second. VolState will send up 5, 6, and 7. See if they can get back in the contest. Carly Riddick, 30th appearance of the year in the circle. It's her 24th start. She comes in with a 9 and 11 record. She is third in the conference in innings pitched, 113. And that is behind Brianna Halsey, her teammate, who has 121, who's second in the conference. Abby Merle getting her first. Anaya Dawson. It'll be Anaya Dawson, Abby Merle, and Caitlin Dillard. Dawson also having a little health issues, and she drives that one to the fence. One hops it. She will cruise into second base with a do-dat double. First hit of the game for the Lady Pioneers. Dawson, I think, having a little bit of arm issues, and she is just in the DP role. Now here is Abby Merle. Understand she was injured in an incident here at VolState against Columbia State. Ran into the fence. Tap her right back to the pitcher. That'll move the runner to third. But Merle is retired at first. Out number 1. Works like a sac bunt, but it doesn't count for that in the batting average. Caitlin Dillard steps to the plate. She squares around the bunt, pulls it back. So her grandpa Joe's down here at the ball game. He doesn't like to miss. That's a good-looking pitch on that outside corner. Caitlin now hitting .418, playing in her 52nd game of the year. 46 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, 14 RBIs. And squares the bunt, takes the pitch. It's called a strike on the outside corner. Now she's down a ball and 2 strikes. Infield pinched toward the lines. Tapper right back to the pitcher, bobbled, and Dillard's going to reach on the error. Dawson stays at third. So each team now with an error. VolState going to see if that will lead to runs. And the 4th straight left-handed batter, KJ Irwin, comes to the plate. Understand she's not feeling well either. Runners at the corners. Popped up to the left side. That'll get down just outside of the fenced-in area here at the Nichols Softball Complex. Softball field located on the western portion of the campus. Tim Garrett Baseball Complex on the opposite side. Check swing foul ball. Irwin wanted to hold up. She's pretty close to the plate, though, so her half swing caused the bat to get into the strike zone. I mean, she is right on top of the plate. 0-2 with 1 out. Drilled into left center field. That's going to get down, and it'll be picked up before it gets to the High Point Health sign in left center field, but that's an RBI single. And runners at the corners again, and that's the Framework Athletics. First run of the game driven in by K.J. Irwin. That is an earned run if you're scoring at home. And if you are, I need to know about it. Send me an email at treesports@gmail.com. Us book nerds need to keep it together. I'll help you, you help me, as Savannah White stands to the plate. Savannah getting her 8th start of the year. Looks at first pitch low and away. Typically a late inning defensive replacement. She's got 31 official plate appearances, 9 hits. Takes one right down Broadway for a called strike. 1 out, runners at first and third. On deck, the top of the order, Alyssa Dixon. Right back up the middle. Riddick couldn't snag that one. That's the first one she's not gotten a good handle on it. And runners at first and second, an RBI single for White. That's her 6th RBI of the year. And Dillard comes in to score. That's an unearned run. There's a bunt that twists foul off the bat of Alyssa Dixon, who leads the conference in stolen bases with 55. She can run. Irwin's down at second. Dillard, White, who is at first base. She might run from time to time, but she's not going to be able to do it with Irwin in front. There's a couple of foul balls off bunt attempts by Dixon as the count 0-2. 3 hits in the inning and an error have produced 2 runs. VolState trails 3-2. That ball's driven well out to center field, and it's going to one-hop the fence. Dixon's going to have to hold up at second. They're going to go ahead and send the runner, no throw, as White scores from first base, and VolState takes the lead, 4-2. A 2-run double by Alyssa Dixon after she attempted a couple of bunts. And a timeout is called. Meeting between the catcher, the pitcher, and David Wade. Savannah White, she was on the hop from first base right away. She could see that ball was down, and there was no hesitation rounding third. Head coach Christian Lynn in his 3rd year as the head coach. He's a pretty aggressive third base coach. He's going to send them more times than not. Make them make a good throw. And there was no throw made there. So Alyssa Costley has arrived. Didn't see her pregame, but that's her walking to the first base coach's box. Pitching coach and assistant coach. 4 runs in the inning. Brings up Mally Grizzle, the 2-hole hitter. She is, as I said, not played since March 31st. Runner's going to third. Throw down is not in time. Dixon swipes her 56th of the year. That is not unusual for a VolState Lady Pioneer to be leading the conference. I got a ball and 2 balls and a strike. That's right. It agrees with the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Ground ball to third. That's a fair ball. Crook's throw across the diamond is high. Grizzle, who I believe was going to reach first after the little bobble. Throw got by, and at least an error that will get Grizzle to second base. Question is, the game changer, official score down there, they're going to give a single and then an error. Maddie Goad stands in. She likes to swing at that first pitch. She does take a hack there. Looks like they said error all the way. But it will be an RBI, or should be, as Dixon was going to score. I'm not the official scorer, though. Goad with the 1-1. That's way high and away. 2 errors in the inning have continued. This extended inning for VolState scored 5 after Southwest scored 3 in the top of the first. Fouled off to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goad grounded into a fielder's choice. First pitch seesaw in the first. On deck, Maddie Shinton. Still only 1 out. Just missed out there on the changeup and a full count. Ministries full count. Go to 383 batting average. 12 doubles, 5 triples, 12 home runs. And she draws the walk. Second walk of the game by Riddick. And this is the 9th batter to come to the plate. And what a batter to come to the plate. 450. Maddie Shinton hitting coming into today's game. Shinton from Greenbrier, Tennessee. She's a freshman. Grounded up the middle. That should drive in 1. The throw to the plate is late. It's an RBI single for Shinton. And runners stay at first and second. All runs now are unearned, as the inning should have ended with the ground ball by Mally Grizzle. Dawson started this inning off with a double into right center field. Five hits for VolState to go along with those 2 errors. VolState, the number 22 team in the country. Latest rankings last Tuesday. I think they were 24th, maybe, or 23rd the week before that. They are leading the conference, tied in number and percentage with Chattanooga. That ball's right back up the middle, and that's another single and an RBI. They are wearing out the middle of the diamond. They're tied with Chattanooga State. And a visit from the head coach, Keith Gentry, and that will mean the end of the line for Carly Riddick. I don't think there's any rule that's different. There we go. Here comes the relief pitcher out of the dugout. See who that is. The DP, Farrah Gomez. This will be Gomez's 22nd appearance of the year. Take a break and be right back after I get everything written in my score sheet. Abby Merle grounded out. She's the only out in the inning, and the last thing you want to do, Abby, is make 2 outs in the same inning. Haven't had that possibility very often in years ago, but I'm sure I had it. Nobody wants to make that second out or 2 outs in an inning. Squaring to bunt and bunting it foul. Let's see when Merle went out. It was on April 10th. She was hitting it well. She had been 5 for 8 in 3 games, including the final game of the Southwest doubleheader. But did not play against Snead State or Columbia State at Columbia State. Fouls another one. Merle hitting .364 coming into today's action, playing in her 50th game. A couple of doubles, 3 triples, 33 RBI. She's got an RBI situation here. VolState scored 7 in the inning. Has to back away from that inside pitch from Gomez. Gomez from Collierville. That's hit into the hole, and they try to go to third, but that'll be an infield single for Merle. Not a fielder's choice. There was no chance they were going to get Abby at first base, and the bases are juiced. Hopefully that was ruled a single. Shinton with good hustle from second base. Going to have a pinch hitter for Caitlin Dillard. Jordan Lucas going to get an opportunity here with the bases loaded and 1 out. The former Bonnie. Grounds 1 foul. Pitcher, a two-way player, Jordan Lucas, 5'11", sophomore from Fredonia, New York. Daughter of Kevin and Dana Lucas. The pitch is in the dirt. And in comes Shinton on the wild pitch. Everybody else moves up 60 feet. Now runners at second and third. Ground ball to third. They've got the runner in the, well, they don't. Crook gave that ball up too quickly as Dawson went a few steps, and then she just returned to the base, and that will be a fielder's choice for Jordan Lucas. Now Caitlin Dillard will re-enter. Caitlin Dillard re-entering to be the runner. She'll go back into left field. KJ Irwin will step to the plate again with the bases loaded. 8 runs in the inning. Drilled in the right field. That's down for a base hit and bobbled, kicked, and 2 runs are going to come in to score. As Fair reached down for that ball, and that make it a 3rd run that's going to come in. Trying to get to second, and successfully getting there is KJ Irwin. Southwest spending too much time with the ball out at second base. Hustling was Caitlin Dillard. She comes all the way around. And Irwin's going to get, I've got her with 2 RBIs on that. Still only 1 out. She goes to second on the throw. Dillard just basically, that's a hustle play. And the steal of third by KJ Irwin on a ball that was down in the dirt. That was a surprise. Irwin doing her best Alyssa Dixon impersonation there. Grounded, foul. Christian Lynn with the attempt. A ball and a strike. VolState 11 runs in the inning here in the second. Savannah White, her second at-bat of the inning. Takes one down low. VolState has already chased Carly Riddick. Went 1 1/3, give up 6 hits. Another ground ball foul as White is out ahead. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of green and a lot of orange on my score sheet. Orange is runs, green are hits. White fouls that one off. 8 hits in the inning. All these runs scoring here are unearned. Now there might be a scoring decision that when the new pitcher comes in that her runs are actually considered earned. Another foul down the third base line. I don't have that high degree of scorekeeping knowledge, though. I know enough that I think that there's something different, but earned runs probably don't mean a whole lot to you folks that are watching, listening. That's right down the third base line and in fair territory. Gets down to the corner. White rounding second. She is cruising into third. She'll slide in with an RBI triple. And VolState has put a dozen on the board. She is 2 for 2 in the inning. Alyssa Dixon comes to the plate. Grounds one to the right side. That'll get a run in. On the ground out, there is out number 2. Her third RBI of the inning. Mally Grizzle steps to the plate. Reached on an error by the third baseman and came in to score. She's 0 for 1. Got an RBI on that ground ball. Grizzle bats with 2 outs and nobody on base. That's a line drive, base hit into right center field. And that will get by Brianna Halsey into center. Grizzle's rounding second. She's heading to third. The throw, she stands in there with a 2-out triple. Her first hit in the month of April. Nothing wrong with her legs. And Maddie Goad steps to the plate. 0 for 1. She walked in this inning. Look at there. She took a pitch. It was a ball down low. Southwest scored 3 in the first. VolState did not score in their bottom half. Shut down Southwest in the top of the second and have been batting here for seems like a good 30-plus minutes in the second. Shinton comes to the plate. She's on deck. She'd be the 18th batter, as they would have hit around twice in the inning. And Goad's a pitch away from drawing her second walk of the inning. Farrah Gomez, the second pitcher, and she has just walked Maddie Goad. First walk by Gomez. Couple of triples in the inning. Couple of doubles. You'd think 13 runs scored in an inning with the wind blowing the way it's blowing kind of toward the right field line. There have been some home runs in this inning. There has not been one. Maddie Shinton, though, she's second in the conference as that ball is in the dirt. Down to second goes Goad. A wild pitch. Moves runners to second and third. Shinton second in the conference in home runs with 18. Grounded to third. It's a fair ball. Crook handles this and throws over to Simmons at first to end the inning. Going to take my shoes off to add these up. 18 batters come to the plate. VolState puts 13 on the board. And we'll go to the third. Be right back. Yeah, we need to have an alumni spotlight up here. Apparently we can do it. Erica, I could put the headset on you. That's what we need. Erica Abbott, former Lady Pioneer has come into the press box. Caitlin Davis now pitching with a 10-run lead. Up on the count 0-2 is Addison Pfeiffer. Struck out looking, her first plate appearance. Pfeiffer, a sophomore, the top hitters in the conference. Took a pretty close pitch right there, and the count moves now to 2-2 Pfeiffer, Simmons, and Halsey here in the third. Of course, it's an 8-run mercy rule in ladies softball. 7-inning game scheduled. It is a 5-inning run rule. VolState will have to at least go to play 4.5, but might be getting ahead as Pfeiffer is another strikeout victim. And there's number 4 of the contest. Caitlin Davis, 1 strikeout away from 100 on the season. Came in with just a little over 6 strikeouts in a 7-inning game. Fouls that one back. Her teammate Courtney Denrider is leading the world in strikeouts per 7 innings. She has an 11.65 strikeouts per game, basically per 7 innings, which is almost 3 strikeouts per inning or per game higher than second place. She has 106. It's a line drive base hit into center field by Simmons. She's 2 for 2. Southwest scored 3 unearned runs in the first on 3 hits. And now a 1-out single brings up Brianna Halsey. Tapper to the right side. A tough play. Goad will get it over to Grizzle to retire Halsey. Down to second goes Simmons on the ground out. You don't see that play in baseball, a 3-4 put out. But you see it in softball as Bella Crook steps to the plate. She walked the first time she stepped in the box. Takes a pitch down low. Also have baseball alumni, Garrett Bruce, that's in the press box. He's back. See him from time to time here on campus. He's a local boy from Gallatin, Tennessee. Eric, I want to say Summertown. Is that right? What? Look at me remembering stuff. I mean, on Medicare and everything, and I can remember that. Every once in a while, you know, those synapses, they fire. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nope, apparently she fouled it. Otherwise, Juliana Simmons would be down at third base. Woody Redfarron, our home plate umpire. Tim Coffey out on the bases. On deck, Farrah Gomez lined her in and out of the glove of Goad. She had some quick twitch muscles going there. Knocks it down, steps on the bag. 4 out, number 3. So they call that a 3 unassisted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. And let's see, do we have the go light? Yes. Headset? Oh yeah. Erica, English is your first language, isn't it? We're gonna do this in English. So go ahead, stick that thing on there. We're gonna get you your headset. We're gonna do a little mic check. Go ahead and pull the big girl chair up. Don't sit on your phone. All right, pull that microphone down there right in front of your face. Look at those pretty fingernails. All right, let's see if anybody can hear you. Go ahead and start talking. Tell us a little bit about yourself and start at the very beginning. Nope, you can't whisper.
Well, I went to
There
Volunteer State for freshman and sophomore year. I was a middle infielder. Played a little bit of first. Slapper. That's about it. I'm in Huntsville, Alabama now.
UAH, and you're from where?
Summertown, Tennessee.
Summertown, Tennessee. What county is that in?
Lawrence.
That's down south.
Yeah.
That's right on that Alabama border. So how far is Huntsville from your hometown?
It's only like an hour and a half.
Oh, I didn't think it would be that far.
It's not bad.
We got a little bit of I got a little bit of background on you. I got last year's stats right here. They're looking pretty too for this young lady sitting next to me. There's a pretty good crop of freshmen have shown up here after you've left, though. As Anaya Dawson's leading off the third like she did the second. Tapper to Gomez. Get ball one up there, and then, well, we better get over to the bottom of the third. Put one out on the scoreboard. Dawson now 2 for 3. And that'll bring up Abby Merle. Erica Abbott, a utility player. She played all over the place. Hit .407 last year. That was 7th in the conference. I mean, we don't have just anybody up here in the press box. The presidential press box, by the way. That ball's lifted out to right field, but underneath it is Emma Fair. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third. Visiting with Erica Abbott last year, 2 years ago. I remember finishing the season at Columbia State. That was your freshman year, and came in, I think, 3rd in that conference tournament. And that's my first recollection of you, I think, was because I was doing an audio broadcast only down there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, during the conference tournament.
Right. We couldn't show video because Jay Harper had the exclusive rights on the Game Time Sports Network to that. But remember the team meeting after that. There's a slow roller from Caitlin Dillard back to Gomez, and they just get Dillard 1-2-3 inning. As you have brought bad luck to the bats, Erica, when coming up. And we're going to blame it on Garrett Bruce. It's Garrett Bruce's problem. Well, he was a former pitcher. You know, he's shut down inning for GB here. 3 up, 3 down. Caitlin Dillard did re-enter the game. We're visiting with Erica Abbott, former Lady Pioneer. Last year, VolState women got up to, I think, 16th in the country. And then Chattanooga State last year was a buzzsaw for the Lady Pioneers, right?
Yeah, they were really good.
Had some good pitching. 2 of the best pitchers in the country. And they've got good pitching again this year. They're just a solid team.
Yeah, they've always been pretty good.
Right. So, Erica Abbott, let me run through your stats here. 86 runs scored. That was 2nd in the conference. 59 RBIs without 1 home run, and that's 4th in the conference. Are you kidding me? VolState had 3 of the top 4 RBI leaders in the conference. You were 4th at 59 with 59. You know who's number one?
Was it Lydia?
Lydia Kirby had 103.
Yeah, that
Amaya Collier had 95. I mean, 2 pretty stout players right there, right? And let's see what else. You were 3rd in the conference in stolen bases with 39. There is a club around here somewhere for sure that could use an Erica Abbott playing for them. But UAH isn't it. You're just going to school. First pitch swinging Farrah Gomez. She fouls that one off. What are you studying down there?
I just switched my major to marketing.
Okay. And what product are you wanting to sell down the road?
No idea.
No idea?
I don't have a clue yet.
VolState. I bet you I can get you an interview with somebody. I can get you an interview with our president in case, if you want to know who, if you want to meet the president, just let me know. I'll introduce you. Oh, wait a minute. There she is right there. Swing and a miss. Gomez goes down on strikes. First out of the
I haven't
inning.
looked at my stats since.
Well, there you go. I printed them out. That is the 100th strikeout of the year for Caitlin Davis. Emma Fair stands in. She swings and misses. Davis throwing the ghost ball out there. They can't put the bat on it. Stephanie Johnson in the on-deck circle. Fair struck out to end the first, and she's down in the count 0-2 now. Erica says this is her first visit back to the campus to see her former players, her former teammates, as back-to-back strikeouts to begin the fourth. And who do you keep up with from last year's squad, Erica?
Me and Kirsten are still pretty close.
A little soft pop-up that's handled by Alyssa Dixon. You, and tell me who it was?
Kirsten.
Oh, Kirsten Smith here. Okay, current player.
And
1-2-3 inning for Davis.
I talked to Michaela, Lydia, and Anna.
You're going to have to give everybody last names.
Oh. Lydia Kirby, Anna Harrison, and then Michaela Fuqua.
Okay, so Lydia Kirby's at Troy University, and Michaela and Anna Harrison are playing at Blue Mountain Christian. Why'd they go down to Blue Mountain Christian? I know why one of them went down there.
I have no clue. I haven't really asked them.
Well, I'll tell you why. Anna Harrison was going down there, and that's why Chip Harris went, former right-hander for VolState. Michaela Fuqua, I think that in Blue Mountain Christian, fairly close to where she's from Decatur, Alabama, but Blue Mountain Christian's in Mississippi, but I think she's fairly close to home. I guess she could have gone to UNA, couldn't she?
Yeah, she could have gone to
She's
UAH too, because it's right 30 minutes.
Well, that
at
is
least.
true. Yeah, Huntsville. There's your national stolen base leader the last 2 years, Michaela Fuqua. You were just a few behind her. She had 86, and you had 39.
Just a little bit behind.
You were in number one in the conference in stolen bases last year. 2 years ago, you were number one in the country. Last year, fifth in the country in stolen bases. 205, only caught 5 times. That's amazing. Bottom of the fourth. It's a line drive right to the second baseman off the bat of KJ Irwin. 1 pitch, 1 out. Irwin was 2 for 2 in the second. Lines out here to begin the fourth. VolState with 13 runs in the second inning. Farrah Gomez has retired the last 5 in a row. Savannah White swings at the first pitch. She fouls it down the third base line. Had several of those. In her last at-bat, she ended up grounding a triple just inside the third base bag. Came in to score one of those 13 runs, aided by 2 errors. Gomez got a 1-2-3 inning in the third. 0-1 count with 1 out. Make it 2 strikes. Catcher Addison Pfeiffer having a little trouble. Couple of pitches so far. Whoa, what happened to my? Looks like the rain cloud came in. I have to fix my camera here. 0-2 pitch misses outside. Looks like the wind has died down a little bit here. The U.S. flag hugging the pole out in dead center field. There is a game 2 to be played. It'll start just a little less than 30 minutes, probably after the conclusion of game 1. Lady Pioneers back in action on Wednesday, taking on Cleveland State in a non-conference doubleheader before finishing the season on Saturday, sophomore day, as that one just got away from Gomez. Tried to catch the corner and missed. Get the 2 balls and 2 strikes in there. All right, Erica, how many people do you think are listening in now that you've joined the broadcast? Let's see how many show back up. We've still got a dozen. You need to start calling your family and tell them to get on. You're on the air. Who have you texted?
I haven't texted anybody.
Nobody. Oh my gosh, you're humble. Pitch in the dirt, full count. Full count ministries, full count. Don't know what's happened to my other camera. Have to get A.J. Fawson on it. High fly ball out the left field. Back goes Stephanie Johnson. She's still going back. She doesn't. Can't get it. Is that the second triple for Savannah White? It is. She got right to the warning track, extended her arm, but just couldn't quite get a glove on it. And Savannah White is 3 for 3. I'll bring up the top of the lineup, Alyssa Dixon. The 11th hit for the Lady Pioneers. Dixon has a double in 3 plate appearances. Grounded out the second, drove in a run. Takes a pitch for a called strike. I keep going to that. I got to get off that camera angle. Whoops. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to sneak on through. Didn't get the runner. Let me get her on there. Now I get her off and get the run on the board. Only one out as Dixon drives in the run. Her second RBI of the game. Savannah White has scored all 3 times she's come to the plate. (14-3). 2 touchdowns to a field goal. Allie Grizzle stands to the plate. She drives one right to the shortstop, makes a catch, and they double off. Dixon line out into a double play, 6-3, ends the inning. VolState scores 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through 4, and 14-3 is the score. We're going to keep it right here. We're visiting with VolState Lady Pioneer alum Erica Abbott. Erica with a Y in it. Eryca, right?
That's right.
Okay. I didn't even look at it, but 2 B's and 2 T's. Who's the shout out going to go out to, Erica? Who's going to go back? You can go back and you can replay this as many times as you want. It'll be up on YouTube. I'll show you how you can get to it. Who do you want to give a big shout out to?
I guess my parents. I don't know if they're watching.
That would be a great first step.
We're going to say my parents. They watch sometimes. I'm not sure if they're still.
They watched. Give her their names. Give your parents' names.
Oh, Melody and Dwayne Abbott.
Okay, there you go. I don't have that information at my fingertips. I had it last year, but I didn't have it. Look who's in the circle. Cheris Nichols, former teammate of yours. She pitched a lot of innings last year. Got a lot more pitchers this year. She's going to come in for Caitlin Davis. Let's see what other changes. Is it Kendra McNeil behind the plate? Oh. Yes, it is. She'll come in for KJ Irwin. And VolState. All right, now I got to do the math. 6, 7. All right, so Southwest has to score 4 runs to stay in the game. Is that what you got, Erica? I know you're not a math major, but you got 2.5 plus years of college under you.
I mean, yeah, I got that accounting degree, the associates.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Is that what you got here?
Yes. I know a little bit of math.
Accounting. Debits on the left, credits on the right. Cheris Nichols, former Clarksville Wildcat, on in relief of Caitlin Davis. Swing and a miss. Natalie Faulkner, the top of the lineup for Southwest Tennessee. Off the end of the bat, Grizzle gloves and throws over to Goad for out number 1. Chair's 13th appearance, all in relief. She's got 13 innings. Not a save situation. She has a 1-0 record. Davis goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs. They're unearned. So her 1.94 ERA will go down. She walked 1 batter, struck out 6. She faced 18. Popped up on the right or left side. Dixon, 1 step into the grass, makes the catch for out number 2. That's off the bat of Jordan Wilson. And now Addison Pfeiffer, the last hope for Southwest Tennessee. Again, we'll be back with game 2 in approximately 30 minutes. That ball's lifted out to left field. That's going to one-hop the High Point health sign. Addison Pfeiffer, who struck out her first 2 times up, said she didn't want to go over in this game. Drives a double into left center field. That is her conference leading 17th double of the year. We're going to have a pinch runner for Addison Pfeiffer. That's a common spelling of Pfeiffer, by the way. That's good. Starts with a P. Kaylee Shearing will come into pinch run. Kaylee, a 5'2" freshman from Memphis, Tennessee, went to Harding High School. Juliana Simmons stands in. McNeil's catch is just a little bit outside. So a new battery in the game. And I think Savannah White has moved to right field. Popped up. Shallow center field. Trying to see who that is catching that ball. That's Savannah White. That was Abby Merle out and right. So they did not change, and that's your ball game. Juliana Simmons retired for the first time. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left aboard. And a game that takes an hour and 12 minutes for VolState to win 14-3. They get their 42nd victory of the year, now 24-13 in conference play. So this game goes final in 4.5 innings. Winning pitcher Caitlin Davis, she gets her 13th victory of the year against 4 defeats. Losing pitcher is Carly Riddick, who falls to 9-12. VolState with a 13-run second inning put this game out of reach against Southwest Tennessee. They're now 3-0 against the Lady Salukis. One more game here today, and then If they meet again, it'll be in the conference tournament at Columbia State, May 1st through the 5th is when that is scheduled. We've been visiting with Erica Abbott. Short game there, Erica. We didn't get a whole lot of chance to visit, but I hear there's hot dogs and popcorn down in the concession stand. So
I might have to stop by.
yeah, you might have to see if Garrett Bruce might spring for candy bar or something. Hey, tell Bobby Hudson down there you know me, and he'd probably add 15 cents to the total. Erica, it's been good to see you, and glad you got to come up. Any final thoughts? UAH treating you well?
Yeah, it's going okay.
Down there? Okay. No other person looming large in your life right now other than mom and dad? No significant
No.
close friend or anything? Okay.
Well, I live with Riley Lotzenheiser.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, another former Pioneer. Riley Lotzenheiser. Where? She's from, like, close by here, isn't she? Where is she
Clarksville.
from? Okay, I was going to say.
She lived in Gallatin
Okay.
for a little bit, and then she moved to Clarksville.
All right. Well, good. Well, tell Riley I said hello. And, again, it's good having you on here. One of the better players in the last couple of years, and VolState Lady Pioneers have clearly had it. A little bit under the shadow of Lydia Kirby, who was first team All-American 2 years ago. I think third team All-American last year, but one of the top RBI leaders in the last 2 years and a big-time hitter. But Ball State had a whole bunch of hitting last year for sure. Erica Abbott was a huge, huge part of all that. If you were with me earlier, the stats that came through. And Erica Abbott. Let's see who's going to be. Erica, who's our Toyota Gallatin player of the game here in Game 1? What do you got? Let's see. You help me out here. We got a 3-for-3 performance by Savannah White. Drove in a couple runs, scored 3 times. 2 hits, 2 for 4 for Alyssa Dixon. Drove in 4 runs, scored 1. Let's see. 2 for 3, Anaya Dawson. 2 for 3, KJ Irwin with 3 RBIs.
I was thinking Savannah White.
Savannah White is going to get that. She hasn't gotten a lot of starts all year long, but when she did, 2 triples, 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Savannah White is our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, 5'9" freshman from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Greenwood High School. She's a health science major, daughter of Keith and Shonda White, sister to Summer. Got grandparents Papa and Granny in Bowling Green. Also, Annie is in Bowling Green. She is our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. She's got 5 minutes to go over to Gallatin, Toyota Gallatin, and pick out her brand new Toyota. Oh, it's Sunday. They're not open on Sundays. Oh, tough day to be the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. You don't get your free car. So better luck next time. That'll do it for Game 1, 14-3, as the hitting didn't start till the A team, the super fans, showed up in the press box. Dr. Wendy Tossenson, the president, for Dr. Tossenson, athletic director Bobby Hudson, and head coach Christian Lynn. This is Tim Reese. Thank you to my guest, Erica Abbott, former VolState Lady Pioneer, for joining here on Game 1. We'll be back with Game 2 shortly, right here on the VolState Sports Network. God bless you.